Hello, everyone at home. My name is Olariraja Tologu, one of the reporters with Oseea TV, Oseea TV House, Oki, along Molodo. Here today, we are bringing a very big fish into the camp of Oseea. He's no other person than the president of Oseea. His name is Pastor Adilowo Enoch. He has two names, very significant. We have Adilowo, which have a numerical setup with Awolowo. We also have Enoch, the only person that works with God in the Bible, and is working with God. On this note, we want to meet our president who will tell us the purpose of Oseea, why Oseea was established, and what is the mission and vision of Oseea concerning the Odua state. Thank you, sir. You are welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you.
Sir. Thank you. And sir, along the line, we'll be hearing so much about you. Can we meet you, sir?
My name is Pastor Enoch Ayanfe Adelowo. I am a native of Osun State. We are based at Ibadan.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Sir, we have been hearing Oseea. Oseea. Can you just tell us the meaning of Oseea, sir?
The word Oseea is an acronym of a name. O stands for Odua. S stands for social. E stands for economy. Another E stands for empowerment. The last A of it stands for association. So the full name of Oseea is Odua Socio-Economic Empowerment Association.
Thank you very much, sir. If you look at the way you put this thing, discover that the name Oseea has to do with certain tribe in Nigeria. I'm talking about Yoruba. What's Odua? Talking about the progenitor of a particular race which got across all over the world. Be you Brazil, be you Cuba, be you Republic of Benin, be you Togo, and be you other African countries, USA, Britain, and others. So just want to few, sir. Sir, what gave you this vision that people should be liberated from poverty in terms of grants? What gave you this vision, sir? Can you just share with us?
The vision was given by God. No one can cut a vision without God involved in that particular vision. And you know, I remember probably exactly 2016.
Yes.
I took a bike from my office, not this place, other office before we moved to this place. So I took a bike and the guy carried me and he was taking me to my house. So as we were going, the bike guy began to cry.
Amazing.
Began to weep. I was shocked. I was even shouting. I said, why you crying? He said, cannot even understand again. Understand what? Please, I beg you, please pack. Let me just calm down. Because I was upset. But later I calmed down and I began to counsel him. Please, you need to take life easy. Life is sweet if you know how to handle it. And he calmed down that very day. And when we got home, so immediately as I alighted from the bike, I leaned on the key of the bike because I don't want him to go. So and I asked him, okay, what is the matter? Why are you crying? What is the matter? Can you just let me know? And he said, okay, he's facing a lot of things. And we can't even understand again. I said, can I know a little about it? Then he told me, he said, he is a banker in the past, that he worked with a particular bank in Nigeria, which I will not mention. And when they are merging the bank together with another bank, the work affected him. So he lived in Lagos. So, but after a year of leaving that job, everything turned upside down. and he make a decision that let him come back. He should come back to Ibadan. Probably he can easily get a job. So he was in Ibadan. He eventually got a teaching job. So when he got a teaching job, when he was working, he's collecting 80,000 as a salary. But when he got as a banker, when he now got a teaching job, they're now giving 10,000. So he said he collected this money for one time, 3 months, and it's debt upon debt every day because he has 3 kids, he has wife. So he could not cope with life. So he decided that let him begin to do a mere job. So from doing that mere job, he contacted a friend that borrowed him that bike. He even told the person that he want to borrow his bike to go and see somebody, not to go and use it to work. Not knowing that he didn't have anything to eat at home.
That's very sad.
So he took this bike to my area and he kept carrying the passenger. So he was able to make 500 naira that very day. So after he made 500 naira, he met with government officers that took the money away from him because of anti-payment. So he now carried me. When he carried me, he didn't know what to say again. Then he began to cry. So after he kept crying, then I was able to tame him down. So then he was able to explain all this story for me. That very day I was supposed to pay him 100
naira,
150 naira
as charges.
But I'm having 1,500 naira with me. So I removed 1,000 and I give him. I said he should see me. But surprisingly, the guy didn't see me up to now.
That's a very concrete story. Doesn't you tell us it's a success story, really? And after that story, sir, what followed? Because it seems you are working towards material settings.
Yes. Now, after the guy departed, it's like my peace ceased. It's like my peace. I didn't have peace again. I began to think about that.
The rest of mind.
That man. I began to think about what people are going through. I begin to think even about my own part because myself I have read Okada before. So I begin to think about things that I have gone through in the past and what that guy is also going through. Then I was not happy. Then for 1 week, the Lord began to bring it in my mind that I'm sending you to liberate Oduduwa nation.
Oh, from that area, sir. God really gave you that vision.
Yes.
Through that perspective.
Yes.
And you're going to liberate the public. And after you might have thought about this, what step did you take, sir?
And after I got the vision, then I agreed that I'm going to do the job. Then I consulted some of the people that I know they can go along with me with the vision. I consulted them. I shared the vision with them. And it didn't take a long time. They buy vision along with me. That is how we started.
That's a very successful story. We are still on Oseea television. Right now, we've just discovered how Oseea come into being. And it comes out of a service to humanity, which is not common our great leaders of today. I can see that the law of a time is have the same vision with our Awolowo. Because he was saying that the problem of a particular man led to the success story today. Sir, what can we say that and make people come around you? People are now coming around, see you as a not savior of mankind because it has given title to someone else, but to be a sort of a mission that will get people to what? To a very particular mission in life. It's a vision and going towards your mission. Sir, with what you have done, sir, what bring about the evil of grant?
Okay. My natural way of life is that people always come around me, even when I don't have anything. Because whatever I have, I don't believe that it is my own. I believe that if I have 100 naira with me, anybody can collect it from me. It has been my passion My mother used to call me Arusha
Because you just dish out.
because I just dish out. I don't know how to spend. I just and when I see people in problem, in trouble, I ensure that what can I do for such a person to
Sir,
come out of it?
that's a very great story. I'm looking at the whole setup, sir. Today people are running around Oseea grant. People are rejoicing. Recently we have a training, and that training really spent boom to other areas. People are even copying from it. Sir, what is the purpose of this training towards this grant?
And the purpose of the training is just to prepare our people for this particular grant that we want to give them. It will not be fair for somebody to give you the money and go and waste it. One of the things that we know we can do is to orientate individual on how to make judicious use of that particular chain that will be passed into his account. If you are not trained, you don't have knowledge of what to use the money for, at the end of the day you will just waste it.
So what's the nucleus of this training? Is it based on how to marry 2 wives or 3 wives, buy cars, or to go into agriculture, which are basic means of living?
The main focus of Oseea is agriculture. I personally, I am a farmer from my childhood.
Practicing farmer.
Practicing farmers from my childhood. My father is a farmer. I learned it from my father. So, and I grew up in the farm. So I know the techniques of the farm. And when we are growing up, we were able to attend 1 or 2 seminars that have boost our orientation on how to maximize our profit in farming. That is the reason why we bring resource men to come and teach our people that we get this money on how to make judicious use of this money on a farming activities.
You are talking of farming. We have great grievous story of how the farm crops are being bastardized, are being what, eaten up by certain set of animals. What is the organization doing about this, so that the farmer will not farm at a loss? Apart from this, after we have people problem with storage facilities in this country, what are we doing towards that, so that if they have this farm and after they are going to do the cropping or whatever, or the fruit, what can you do to help the farmers to become economically viable or buoyant when they are facing their crops?
That is the reason why we call people to come and train them, or first on how to protect their farm. I look at it that if I don't have knowledge on how to protect my farm, then let me bring somebody who know how to protect farm. So, and when you look at the conference we just that is still
workshop
on, that workshop, you can see that they were able to go home with something that can protect their farms. So with that, it's one of the reasons why we call the workshops, so that after you have farmed, you will not run at loss.
So let's look at our generation, sir. We have the past generation, you talk about it, that you went to farm with your dad, that you're practicing farmer. But what are we going to do to make sure that the young ones, I'm talking about from primary school age, up to adolescent now, will not see farming as a history book rather than be practicing profession?
One of the reasons why our children don't want to go to farm. I remember when I was very young, my father, we can't yam. In Yoruba, we used to call it ofaisu, 120. They will place it in different place. We move the yam to the market. So on getting to the market, there will not be a good market for that yam. So, and you will not be able to carry the yam back home. So you have to sell it
at any giveaway price.
At giveaway price.
Sir, what is Oseea doing about this, so that people not sell their fruit at giveaway price?
Now, Oseea is going to be an off-taker. If you are members of Oseea, and Oseea is giving you money to go and farm, then Oseea is going to be the off-taker of that produce.
Please, can you explain the meaning of horticulture to people around, because we don't know the meaning actually? Are they going to buy in bulk and sell it abroad, or make sure they store it for people to eat so that they can sell it to people later?
It's in different forms, sir.
Yes, sir.
If Oseea has a large market where they can sell their farm produce to, both national and international.
Please, can you just mention some of the countries that have partnership with Oseea where they can take their crops to?
Canada.
That's fantastic.
Brazil, Cuba, even our neighboring country here, Ghana. Most of our children are calling us that they need Oseea product.
What are the kind of product that Oseea want their farmers to engage in so that they be a profitable essence? And what is the relationship between the Oseea and farmers in our villages?
Most of the product that we want them to go into now is production of maize, cassava, soya beans, and some of this product is what we want them to go into. So which we believe that if they can have this, Oseea will take it back from.
That's fantastic. Do you also have any plan for agro-allied industry?
Yes.
To help the industrial economy and whatever in Oseea State? Apart from Oseea State, what other states that partake in this work, that partake in this ongoing workshops and training that are now members of Oseea? And what are the qualifications for people to participate?
To participate, actually the program is meant for Oduduwa state, and that include we include 10 states.
Can you just give us the program?
Yes, we include 10 states like Oyo State, Lagos State, Ogun State, Osun State, Ondo State, Ekiti State, then Kwara State inclusive, Kogi State inclusive, and Delta State inclusive, and Edo State inclusive.
That's fantastic. Now, from what you are saying, is there any state in the northern aspect of the east that I want to join you with in the next special? Are you to accommodate them?
We have some of our people that live in those states, and we have Hausa people that live in Yoruba land.
Good.
They can participate. Igbo people who live in Yoruba land can participate, and our people who live in their land can also participate. That is the system.
So what are the plans that you have on the ground for the takeoff of this Oseea revolutionary trend? Are you still going to the way it's done in the past in Alawula ways, or you want to improve on it?
We can't do things the way Awolowo do it. Yes, Baba have done great. You know, his day is an analog days. We are in a digital day.
Yes.
So if you want to do it the way he does it, then we may not get a result that we ought to get. So our day is different. So the way we are doing so many things digitally. So we can't do it the way they are doing it then. We must do it the way they are doing it now, digitally. And you know, when most of the reason why in those days that make our farmers to farm in a little farm, a little land, is because no medicine.
So we learned that you have thousands of followers who are interested in this brand. Can you still take more people if they show interest?
Definitely.
Then this issue of grant on grant, are we going to invest on those grants? We'll be expecting grant. Can't we also think of giving grant to people too? Oseea itself.
Yes, people have been calling us from Canada, from Brazil, from US. They have been calling us on how to support this project.
That's fantastic.
To liberate, the vision is that anywhere you are in the world, you are hearing me now, you can liberate just a person with 250,000 naira. Now, that will be equivalent to just like $1,000. If you sow $1,000 in Yoruba land, you will see the result. What is going to come out of it? So anywhere you are hearing me now in the world, you can partner with us so that Oseea will be giving grant on frequent basis. Not that we will give now and then it will not. It can be a continuous process that will make Yoruba land to be liberated from any form of poverty.
So that's very fantastic. What effort are you making, Oseea management, to make it a long-standing one, that not be a sort of a perennial kind of association? Because we have many in the past, and they're not working. But what are you doing on putting on ground to make it that it stand the stand of time for our generation to inherit it?
Yeah, one of the things we are trying to put in place to make this particular association to stand is never to monopolize it. If I am a president today of this particular association, I could be there for 4 years, I could be there for 8 years, it's possible. Then I will leave it for someone else to carry on. By doing so, we can be very sure that no one will want the thing to spoil in his day or in his tenure. Everybody will begin to have his own innovation and ideas on how to make the association grow and boom. So with that, you can be very, very sure that this organization.
So we heard that you have a farm location in Ibadan here, Ibadan and other areas. What plans are you unfolding towards having this farm and storage facilities across all the local governments in all these aforementioned 10 or 12 states?
By the grace of God, you know, when you are starting a project like this, you can't just make everything once. We begin to do it one after the other, one after the other. We are trusting God that in all our local government, we are going to have farm settlement for all the farmers. They can come in and give them land where they can farm with enough security. That is what we are doing.
So the other time we made mention of our generation, either coming or yet to born, or in now. What's your relationship with the process in terms of family, school, government, so that this kind of a project, exclusive and very nice project, can be included in the school curriculum, so that our children will not see that the yam is being plucked from the air or cassava is being what? Plucked from trees.
Like in this workshop that we are doing, our facilitators, our resource men have already make it to know the plans of Oseea, that most of our children today, they eat yam. They don't know where the yam come from. I remember when we were very, very small, we have some people in Lagos, they will bring them down every year to come and see the environment, to come and see what is going on there. And there was a particular boy then, he began to ask me, he said, where do they pluck here? And that means that those who are in a city, they may not know how yam grow. Then this will now enable us to be able to penetrate into schools, local government, to be able to have a small garden for our children. When I was in school, secondary school, we have a garden. I have my own garden where I can practicalize,
develop interest in
so
agriculture.
That is the same thing Oseea will do for all our schools.
There was relationship with government and Oseea. Because now as a helping hand to government, we are looking at it now.
Yes.
To provide food security for the states,
yes,
for the people, and if possible for the universe. Because we learned that Southwest land is the best land so far, if not in West Africa, but in Africa.
Yes, you know, what we just need is that our government should support Oseea. This is the time the government should see us as a burden
Partners in progress,
as a burden bearer.
Yeah.
What we are doing is to ensure that the government of the day should be able to to bless the names of God, that yes, in their day, there is much food everywhere.
Sir, we saw that the cost of land is growing and the farmer, the cultivator are going down. We saw even discover that for a death of a farmer can cause a loss to almost 1,000 families because they must be left nobody. And we know that even civil servants, factory workers, if they don't pay their hikes, they go on strike. But no farmer, even if they are eating your farm, whatever, you have a disaster in your farm, you can't strike to anyone. What are you doing, sir, to bring a very close relationship between Oseea and farmer, either they are members or not, in terms of providing for them the right thing to do, like tractors, the infrastructure to work with, and what are your plans, and what is your plan now towards having an industry that can help them to do their cassava, help them to do their tomato paste, help them to do many other things in terms of, so that they will not bring wastage to their farm products.
I've said that earlier, that by the grace of God, Oseea is bringing process plants down to Nigeria here that will process so many things.
Good.
Which is going to really help our farmers, so that when you plant tomatoes, you know where to sell it to. When you plant cucumber,
ginger,
you know where to sell it to. So Oseea, we serve as a body that we help our farmers to see the need to go more. To go more into the farming activities, instead of them to sit back and say, no, we don't want that again. We want them to see that they have a place where they can sell their produce.
All the while we have been with the president of Oseea Socio-Economic Empowerment Association in Ondo State, in Oyo State, in Kwara State, about all the 10 to 12 states. And we see other places are still joining, and they are still joining now. The training is still ongoing, costly, powered by Oseea. We talk with the president, and sir, how do you want people to see you now or in the nearest future? To remember you for?
When my prayer to God is that I don't want to leave this world without leaving a mark, a positive mark. I want to trust God that after I leave this world, I can be able to say that I have finished my course. That is my dream and my vision.
Can you please appreciate or a word of reminder to your BOT members, your ESCO members, and all the rest that will be supporting you to make this dream a reality?
Let me appreciate my vice president, that's my deputy, that is Apostle Ayebokiki John Folomso, a wonderful and powerful man, a man of vision, a man that has actually helped this vision to work. I love his spirit. Why? Because even though he's elderly than me, he has a lot of knowledge, but he humbled himself to serve under me, and I appreciate him. I also appreciate all the members of BOT. Members of BOT, they are many, and they really work. We really work together to see this vision come to reality. And I need to appreciate the regional ESCO. This regional ESCO, they really pull the crowd for Oseea. All of them were highly appreciated. The Lord bless them. Thank you.
Sir, before we go, we want to make reference to a particular socio-economy. We are talking about society. In that perspective, sir, what are you doing towards emancipation and evolving of our cultural values and emolument in Ondo State? In terms of mode of dressing, in terms of going back to the origin of most of our states, like the origin of Ibadan, origin of Oyo State, origin of Oyo Town, origin of Akure Town, and those that can be in a reawakened call to most of our children who don't even know their background. What is Oseea doing about this?
Well, we want to trust God for Oseea to bring some awareness very, very soon on on how to do things properly in terms of our cultural heritage. You know, today our children are second hand. They're not ready to prostrate again. In those days,
Very important.
when you woke up in the morning, you prostrate to greet your father. But today it's no longer. The children will say, "Daddy, good morning." You know, our children cannot speak a language again. And they're not ready to even eat our food. Because in those days, I remember we eat rice once in a year. And we are eating and we are enjoying. So, but today, every time is rice. If you don't have rice at home, it's a problem. Why can't we go back to where we are coming from?
So how do we achieve this through media? In this type of entertainment, through our theatre industry, what are your plans towards this?
We have people in charge of that who can really speak better. We have different groups that does things professionally. There are areas in which I may not be able to comment so long. We have people in different areas in which I know you will still interview those ones to project what they have in their own department. So, and they can be able to tell you better what they have in those areas.
So long, too fine, and so good, and the best. We have been the man of vision and mission, and has been trying to make us know that the reality of life is that what we left behind. A legacy matters a lot. And we are not going to live on our sorry state past, we are going to live for the present and the future of
a good evolution towards a good deed in our life. Today, we've just spoken to the president,
head of Oseea Social Economic Empowerment Association. Is a reality. My name is Ato, reporting and working with Oseea Television. Thank you. We will be waiting again for the next production. It's going to be very hilarious and glorious towards God's name. Thank you.